Outreach Coordinator, Martha York. Hi, Martha.
Hi, Bart.
Happy Thanksgiving.
And happy Thanksgiving to you. Thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Are your far-flung kids going to make it home for the Thanksgiving?
My son will be home, and my daughter's going to be still in California, but we will be FaceTiming, and she'll be home for Christmas. She'll be that next holiday. Yeah.
Well, great. We've got today something special we're celebrating, honoring caregivers. Today is actually today, right?
Yes. National Family Caregivers Day.
Great. Well, we honor and thank all family caregivers. And this whole month, we're honoring caregivers.
Yes, we've been doing lots of activities and launching new things at our agency and statewide to help support caregivers. We're very excited.
I understand a lot of people that are caregivers don't even think of themselves as caregivers.
It's so true. I mean, a lot of times people are just like, well, it's my spouse. This is what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's my parents need a little bit of extra help, or there was an accident or an injury, and so a neighbor or a family or somebody steps in because they're just kind people, but they don't view themselves or name themselves as a caregiver. And there's lots of supports and resources available to them if they were able to recognize and identify as that.
And it could happen like that.
Yes.
What are some of the challenges that typically caregivers face?
Well, I think a lot of times they are very isolated. Many times they're feeling like they're really alone, and they're kind of tired and exhausted, and providing all this extra to their spouse or someone in their home. And they can be kind of scared about what's the future going to look like? How long can I manage this? And what if this person continues to decline? And how am I going to? It's hard enough as it is. I can't even imagine, right? And then we have another group of people who are in that sandwich generation, more like people in our age bracket that have older parents, but also might have kids or grandkids that you're taking care of at the same time. And so they're spread thin, and it could be a financial burden. It could be a physical challenge to help somebody with their personal care. And it's also kind of inconvenient sometimes. I think many times caregivers say, I didn't ask for this. And I know it's my responsibility, it's my family, or it's a loved one, but it's hard.
It's got to be even harder when, well, look at the holiday season. There are parties and shopping and all kinds of activities. What advice do you have? Any tips for people that are caregivers during the holidays?
There are a lot of things I think people can, it's partly we have to reshape how we think and approach the holidays. So first of all, I think because holidays, even by themselves, can be stressful financially and emotionally for some people, it's still important that we connect. And so for a caregiver, I think it has to really feel manageable to them. So to think about the person you're caring for and what are their routines and how do they respond to going to new places or a lot of stimulation if there's going to be a lot of kids or pets or activity. And if it's something that's going to have a lot of fallout for them, it might be helpful to just make your visit a little shorter. Arrive a little later, leave a little early, but don't plan on hosting the whole thing or being there for the whole thing if that's not manageable for you. Many times too, during the holidays is when you get your relatives or people who aren't around every day, and they're coming and they're going to see a change in the person that you're taking care of. So I think it can also be helpful for caregivers to maybe email tactfully or have a phone call saying, there's some changes. Here's what you might expect. It might be harder for mom or dad to contribute to a conversation. So give them a little more time. Don't quiz them. Share what you remember. And then just give them a chance to respond or be happily involved in a way that doesn't feel overwhelming to them or embarrassing that they don't remember all the details.
Yeah, and those out-of-town people, they're going to have comments about how well you're doing
oh my goodness, yes.
as a caregiver or how well you're not.
It's so true. And I run a lot of caregiver support groups and caregiver trainings, and one of the things I hear most frequently is that it seems like the caregiving role lands on one person's shoulders. Yeah. And everybody else says they're too busy or not interested in being involved, or they don't want to make that extra commitment. And that's hard for the caregiver because they want their person to still have these relationships, but they also need more support. So I think the holidays can also be a time where you can say, I could use a little bit of a hand if you could pitch in with some helping with laundry or managing the finances, taking mom or dad or so-and-so to appointments. Those kinds of things can be very helpful.
And you do offer a lot of services for caregivers, in person, virtually, and here are some of them.
Yes, so one of the things that we do, we're very focused as an area agency on aging, we want to have the identity of being a caregiver resource center, your first go-to place. So when people come through the doors, they can meet with an information and referral specialist who can share resources, who can tell them a little bit about the kinds of services that they could hire or that they might be eligible for. And these could be in-home services with housekeeping or meal prep or personal care. But once they meet these people in the information and referral department, they may then go on to talk to an options counselor about, here's some choices that are available for you. And then it sometimes comes back to me to provide a one-on-one caregiver consultation, especially for people caring for someone with dementia. So we listen to their story, we support them, we offer support groups and trainings. The Dementia Caregiving Series is an amazing resource for people who are newer to the business of caring for someone with dementia, because it really focuses in on skill building and gives them some ideas about and strategies for working more effectively with their person and not feeling like everything's turning into an argument all the time.
Yeah. Are there respite services for caregivers?
There are. That's one of the biggest things that people ask for. They say, I need someone to either come into my home so I can get out and go to work or run some errands or give me a break. Or to bring your person to an adult day program where you can leave your person with good supervision and activities while you also get a break. So that's one of the most common things that people are asking for. They're like, I just need some help at home. And
you were telling me before the show, there's a new, I think, statewide website?
Yes. So Michigan, the Area Agencies on Aging Association of Michigan received some grant funding, and we started this beautiful new My Caregiver Connection centralized hub for caregivers to try to make it easy for caregivers to find information, articles, but also who can help me in my area. It connects them to their local area agency on aging. It's got a ton of resources and information. The other thing that we've been contributing to behind the scenes for a year now, we've been running virtual support groups for caregivers, but now they can find that information on that My Caregiver Connection website page, and they can just hop in when the meetings are happening if it's convenient for them, or find local resources and information. So we're happy that it's not as going to be as challenging for caregivers to find actual help.
Yeah, and you also have a new video that we'll let you see it next time you're here or next week, but it's also available that is for caregivers. It directs caregivers. It actually lets caregivers know they're caregivers because they don't know what they are.
Exactly what it is. Our aim is to try to help people feel like it's relatable so they can say, oh, that looks a little bit like me, and I didn't know there were resources out there. And so we offer not only, concrete resources and education and information and support groups, but we have socialization opportunities for caregivers. I have so many caregivers who come with their person to our Connection Cafe for a meal and a fun topic, or even our Enhanced Fitness. We have couples that come together, or daughters and mothers, and just different caregiver situations where they're coming to be physically active and have some enjoyable socialization with others and not feel like they have to stay stuck at home all the time.
Yeah, and the Connection Cafe, it pops around town. You can join it wherever it's close to you, and just check the social media or website for all the latest.
Absolutely.
Always great to see you.
You too, Bart. Thank you.
Thanks, Martha. If you want more information, just scan this code. And caregivers, you are a caregiver. There's help for you. Thanks for all that you're doing.
Appreciate your time.
Yeah, nice to see you.
You too.
Martha York from the WellWise Services Area Agency on Aging, Community Education Coordinator and Social Worker.